Good morning, everybody. So you know something's going on when Nanny gets on here. Aside from the horrible, devastating business with the hurricane, my heart goes out to every one of those people. But the other thing you might be hearing for all those that have not been affected, for the rest of us, you're probably hearing a lot about this X flare, this 9.5 X flare that the sun spewed out, and I'm on here to tell you, yes, the information you're getting is correct. However, don't freak out. Don't freak out. There's no reason to freak out. Okay, so I'm gonna talk you through this. I'm gonna explain what's probably gonna happen, and show you where to go to keep track of things like that. The fact of the matter is, we're in a sun cycle 25, and it is an active one. Okay, the Earth, this universe is in transition. Okay, that is why we are all dealing with all this crazy chaotic energy that we're dealing with. Okay, and that's everything in the universe, not just us. The Earth and the sun, all of it is going through growth and transitions. So let's talk this X flare out. Okay. All right, so here is spaceweather.com. I've preached this to you 100 times. This is where you need to go. Okay. They even have an app you can hook up to your phone that'll give you notifications. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the 2 CMEs. That's what we're talking about today. That's what you're hearing all over the clock app and everywhere. Okay. It's freaking everybody out. It has been confirmed. Okay, 2 CMEs are now heading towards Earth. Okay, these are a result of consecutive X flares, one right after the other. The first one happened on October 4th. Okay, let me get my mouse. Okay, this is the first one, October 4th. This was an X 7.1. Okay, X class flare, 7.1 X class flare, all Earth bound. In other words, they were facing us when they went on. October 4th is when that one's going to arrive. It happened 2 days ago. Okay? And then October 6th, the second one, the 9.5, also headed towards Earth. The dual impacts could spark a strong G3 class geomagnetic storm with auroras in the mid latitudes. So remember a while back, we all down here in the central part of the United States got to see, and even some I've heard clear to Alabama, got to see some auroras in their skies. I know my grandkids got pictures of it. Same thing's going to happen, so be ready for that. Have yourself an aurora party. It's great. Get your cameras out. It's super fun. A G3 magnetic storm. Okay, this is considered strong. Okay, it's a KP7. Here are some of the things that you can expect. People in certain industries, airplanes, industries that require GPS, satellite industries, your TVs, your internet, those things that are handed out by satellite. Some of these systems may trigger false alarms. So if you have a store that speaks to your alarm company via internet or satellite, that may trigger a false alarm. You may get glitchy phones. You may get glitchy computers. Surface charging may occur on satellite components. That's what we're talking about. You will be shocked at the amount of information we receive that goes through the route of a satellite. You know, we always think everything's either buried in the ground or over our heads in a line. And it is, but the information that those lines contain are often supplied by a satellite. You see what I'm saying? Orientation problems, that's where your GPS issues are going to be. So airplanes, things, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Other systems, intermittent satellite navigations, low frequency radio navigations. There may be problems. HF radio may be intermittent, and aurora has been seen as low as Illinois and Oregon, and we know that it'll go way past that. So listen, you're gonna see a lot of videos and maybe some TikToks that are going to sound very reactive, that you need to worry about this. And I'm here to tell you, you don't. Okay, you don't. Things like the Carrington event. Okay, the Carrington event happened, oh goodness, 100 years ago. Carrington, 1859. Okay, over 100 years ago. Okay, good pushing. Here in about 30 years, 200 years ago. This was the most geomagnetic storm in recorded history. It happened September 1st through the 2nd, okay, in 1859, during solar cycle 10. What they know about it took out all of the teletypes, that's how they were speaking back then, telegrams, took all of that out. Let's see, auroras were seen clear to central Mexico. Okay? Telegraphs. That was what I was trying to say. Those all went down, got destroyed. They determined that was a class 10 storm. Okay? Now, just because an X-Class 10 storm hasn't hit since almost 200 years doesn't mean it's not ever going to. Fact of the matter is, if a storm like the Carrington event were to hit in this day and age, whatever region, now keep in mind, when the Earth is being hit by a CME, everybody doesn't get it, okay? Only the region in the path of that CME is going to get affected. If, say, the United States did experience this Carrington event type storm, it's going to knock our grid down. It's going to knock internet down. You're not going to have money. You're not going to have electricity. You're not going to have water. You're not going to have anything, okay? Now, what it did to the telegraph was fry it. It fried it. So it wasn't that it just turned it off or, lost signal for a second. No. It fried the system. Okay? If that were to happen to, say, our power grid, of which we have three parts to our power grid. Okay? None of those parts do we make in the United States. None of them. Parts for that are made in like Norway, up north somewhere, if I remember correctly. Of which it takes, if a part is ordered, 18 months. And that's if shit's running normal. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Okay, you're going to lose everything. So this is why I always preach, and when we have these big events, even though they're not tragic or catastrophic, it always is a good way to remind us that you need to prepare. What do I prepare for? The apocalypse? Yes. Yes. Because the chances of the apocalypse happening is very, very slim. And I would say also the worst case scenario. So if you're planning for the apocalypse, then you've planned for everything. Okay? That's why I say keep cash. You need to stash, I don't care. Get a safe. Get a safe, bury it in the ground. I don't care what you do, because you're going to lose access to your money. Okay? Document. You need to have printed out documents, because things like my here we go, my external hard drive here that has my entire life on it. It's probably going to get fried too. Okay? Unless I'm smart enough to put them in a Faraday cage. Okay? So that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. You're going to lose everything. And I'm not being an alarmist. That's just what's going to happen. Okay? So, have printed out physical documentation of those digital accounts at least. At least. Because that may be your only chance to prove that they existed. Do you understand what I mean? Also, get some cash, gold, silver, whatever, okay? Physical, get that stored away too. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. You're going to see it. How is this going to affect you physically? Well, as if the earth hasn't been shoving it down our throats for the last couple of months as it is, right? Because the hurricane, now we've got the solar flare, we've got more hurricanes coming. Really, I mean, come on. We've got, stuff happening down with the ports. These are big red flags. It's up to you to look at them. It's up to you to see them, okay? Get ready. Be ready. And as far as your personal life goes, same goes. Be ready. Be ready to push energy. Be ready to stay on top, because this is some very chaotic, very strong, what do you want to say? Universal energy, quantum energy coming down here. And we are physical beings, we're energy beings, and we're going to feel it. We're going to be affected by it. Things are in turmoil. You are no exception. Know this. Know this. Look at it for what it is. Okay? Bring it on, is what I say. Anyway, take care. Be prepared. Don't be scared. Nana Prep out.